Hey Dunkers, how you getting on? Oh, let's turn some lights on so it can be seen. It helps. Bit too bright, my face looks all washed out like that. Okay, here we go. Alright, back at it. Can we get some more? That's the question. So twice daily goal already. Can we get some more? S&P 500 has been absolutely. I can't remember the last time it rallied like this. Well, yeah, I can. After it hit those bottoms a little in October, I think it was. Well, it's down to Ebix. Alistair. All down to I was struggling actually. I was struggling. I went meta. I went meta long, lost. Went meta short. 3 times I went short on meta, and clearly the way that it's had the way that it's handled itself today, I was wrong all 3 times. Obviously, lost 6 grand on meta. So in the end, Veru. Oh, that was going to break out about an hour ago. It didn't manage to get a couple of hundred back, but nah. The top one was Ebix, which is this one. So if we put it on the 5-minute, you can actually see what. So what we've got here on the 5-minute, and actually Dave called this out on the Dave Trade with Tony Discord. We were here at 11:30, and Dave said, "Oh." As it was coming up here, but Dave was like, Ebix is due a pullback because it was moving up, and I looked at it and it was pulling back, so he was absolutely spot on. But then we got this move back up to double top the devil horns. This is on the 5-minute, so I spotted this on the 5-minute, and it sort of started breaking lows. I'm thinking, okay, well, should I short it or not? We got a little green candle and it broke lows again, so I shorted it there and I rode it all the way down. I stopped. I was still in it down here, but then it started to look a bit weak, so I got out, and it's done nothing since. So rode it all the way down from just over $28, all the way down to under $23. So yeah, happy days. Shorting Ebix, $18,000. One of the easiest trades ever. But hey, what you gonna do? And you know what? I was getting so frustrated today. I was getting, and it only takes one stock. I always say that it only takes one stock, but I was getting so frustrated today. It's like everything I did went against me, and some power worked out for me. But Veru, I was so confident that was going to go, and it never actually did. And I was getting to a point where I was getting so frustrated. I took the dog for a walk, came back, and while I was walking the dog, I was thinking, I'm going to take Friday off. I'm not trading the best in this month. I need to reset. I need to just kind of reevaluate what I'm doing wrong. I know I've been doing wrong. I've not been trading to my strategy for one. I've been chasing momentum and not actually waiting for the setup. So that's what I've been doing wrong. But not looking for the patterns either. I mean, I teach exactly what to do right, and I've not been doing that. So big problem there straight away. But yeah, I mean, I was feeling it. Whilst I took the dog for a walk earlier, I was feeling it. I was just over $6,000 down at that stage. And I was like, do you know what? I need to just take a step back. I'm going to have a long weekend. I'm going to take stock again, reevaluate, come back on Monday. Do you know what? Came back, went short on Ebix. Well, actually went short on Meta as well, but went short on Ebix. Lost a bit more on Meta. And then Ebix just Well, it came good, basically. Where are we at now with Ebix? Let's zoom in. You can see down here on the 1 minute. Look at this all the way down on the 1 minute. It was lovely. Even here when it started consolidating, I'm like, okay, is it time to get out? And then it dropped. I'm like, no, it's not time to get out. So it was here when I started to it started to consolidate. I was holding here. It started to move it back down again, but then it started to move up, and that's when I got out. I could have held further down here, but look, it is what it is. As for bloody Meta, look at that. Look at this on the 5 minute. It's just gone from strength to strength. I didn't think Facebook or Meta would be up at this level so quick. It was down at it was what, $80 odd just a couple of days ago, and down at $88, $87 last week. This goes to show what the market thinks of laying people off. The stock market says, look, we don't want people working. It's better if people are not working. So, hey, look, what are you going to do? Oh, it's a bit glitchy on YouTube. What's going on there? How's the Meta would have been a fantastic swing upside this week. Not just this week. If I just when I went long this morning on Meta. So what price did I get in on Meta this morning? It was early doors. Like I said, it was my first trade this morning, pre-market. I got in at 106.78. So that would have been about here. If I'd have got in, what time would it have been? 8:43. So yeah, I'd have got in here 106.78 here. So if I just held that, yeah, it pulled back at the open. But if I just held that 106, I would have made the $5 a share, and I was in for 1,000. So I got 1,000 shares there. Obviously, I would have scaled up in hindsight, but yeah, go figure. Am I watching I'm a Celebrity? Get it on your bike, son. Why would I watch that tosh? Car Crash TV. It was when it was a social experiment. It was actually interesting. When it was like Big Brother, the first season, maybe the first 2 seasons, it was actually the first season of Big Brother was interesting because nobody knew what was going on. The second season was interesting because people going into the house and they knew what was going on. After that, it just like car crash. It's wannabes and everything else. Same thing with I'm a Celebrity. The first season, it was like, well, this is a new format. Let's see how it goes, and it was interesting. Second season, people going in knowing what's going to be going on, but it was still interesting. It was just a change in mindset. After that, it's all crap, bullshit. You know, can you eat a donkey's dick? You know, well, if you're hungry enough, you'll eat anything, won't you? Oh, I don't know about that. Like, even the fact that they're the Geordies, Alistair, doesn't save them. Ant and Deck, they've I think they're past their expiry date. They used to be quite entertaining back when they were doing kids TV. When they first started on, was it the Simon Cowell York? Was it Britain's Got Talent they did, or was it the other one? I'm not sure. I think it was Britain's Got Talent. But yeah, they were actually quite entertaining. But in reality, no. Yeah, 3 times I tried to short Meta, and every time I lost. I lost more and got deeper and deeper into water. And I'm glad I was just cutting. I was giving it like a risk. I was going for like 1,000 shares at a time, and I was losing $1 at a time. I'm like, this is not. I ended up $6,000 down on Meta going short. It was just Biker Grove, PJ and Duncan. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. Who was the blonde that was really... there was a blonde girl that was on Biker Grove as well. She was really tasty. Back in the day, I had a crush on her when I was at high school. But anyway, I can't remember what she was called. She went doing some celebrity stuff for a while and then just disappeared into obscurity. Obviously, age and gravity took over. Donna Air, that's the one, Alistair. You obviously knew the hot blonde one. Obviously, you knew who I was on about. There was only one hot blonde one on Biker Grove at the time. Donna Air, that was it. What the hell happened to Donna Air? Well, okay. Back to the matter at hand. Where are we? We've got half an hour left. Is there anything worth chasing? MSGM. No. That's the top. Sober Safe. No, it's not got good volume. Right. Okay. Is Veru going to make a move? No. I really thought Veru was going to bounce today. Well, it did bounce. It just didn't bounce all the way out, but I expected it to. Nah, that's not a short. It's too strong. I mean, it's still above the 9 EMA. It's not looking weak at all. It's still breaking highs, Matt. Maybe tomorrow it'll have had enough, but right now this is breaking highs. I don't want to be shorting this right now. There's no signals on any time frame saying this is getting weak. In fact, the opposite. Whereas if I go back to Ebix, when that was up at the top, on the 5 minute was where I saw the devil horns here, clear shorting pattern, reversal pattern, and I didn't think I'd get I didn't think I'd get 18 grand out. I thought I might get a couple of grand back. I thought I might to push, pull down and then bounce at the VWAP. I didn't think it'd break the VWAP. And you can see here, when it broke the VWAP, it broke with some real momentum as well. So, yeah, Ebix, changing strategy, but worthwhile. Who doesn't shop at Aldi, though, Alistair? Who doesn't shop at Aldi? I mean, if you're not shopping at Aldi, it doesn't matter how much money you've got. If you're not shopping at Aldi, then you're wasting money. And they do a lovely ripasso, Valpolicella ripasso in Aldi as well. It's nice for the price, really cheap for what it is. What's going on with YouTube? Is anyone on YouTube? Anybody watching YouTube? It's a bit glitchy, it looks like. Is it me or is it glitching? Looks like it's glitching, but I'll just check. No. Is it Restream that's glitching, or because my OBS seems to be fine? It looks fine to me. What's going on there? I'll restart. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to restart. It seems to be glitching. There's something wrong with it. Let's see. Still glitching. What's going on with this? I'm not sure if it's glitching on YouTube. Let me know. It just looks like it's glitching on the restream for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know in the chat if you're having if you're having issues on YouTube, let me know in the chat. I think there's some issues with the restream platform, but it's just it's glitching and doing something stupid. I'm not seeing any chat or anything on restream. What's going on? Let me refresh this. I see in YouTube. So Imran, I can see there's a comment from yourself, but I'm not seeing that on Restream. So there's something wrong with Restream. I don't know what's going on. So I'm not getting any Twitch comments. So I apologize in advance. I'm not getting any Twitch or YouTube comments or ShareVision comments or anything like that. So I apologize if I don't pick up your comments. That's why. It's the platform I use to send out to multiple platforms is it's having a bit of a funny one, it looks like, and not relaying the chat. So yeah, man, I got that. Okay, 43 and single. I've got a chance. What would I do with a blonde? I prefer brunettes. I had a crush on her when she was younger, but when she was younger, when I was younger, when we're both younger. I've got a good 5 years on the go. Oh, right, okay, back to the matter at hand. Where are we? Ebix, no. Right. Oh, it is, it's moving back up. You know what? I'm just going to lock my montage. I'm just not going to trade anymore today. I'm twice my goal, so I'm just going to leave it at that for now. We've got 20 minutes left. Tesla. Oh, Tesla. It's not had a bad day, but it's kind of not great in comparison to a lot of the other stocks that have been out there. AMD's had a great day as well. I mean, look at AMD. Look at AMD on the 15-minute. Look at that. AMD's been phenomenal today. And again, so I can't remember the last time I saw the Nasdaq 7% up intraday. Look at that, 7% up intraday. This is the Nasdaq, the Qs. The S&P 500 is over 5% up today. Russell Index is 6% up today. And the Dow Jones is the red-headed stepchild in the corner, but only 3.5% the Dow Jones Industrial. But hey, look, 3.5% on any given day for the index will be seen as bullish. It's just that the S&P 500 at 5.3% and the Nasdaq 7.1% and climbing. My goodness. October highs were down at 284.60. That was the October highs. At this rate, we could actually get to those October highs if it continues rallying tomorrow. Veru's on its way back up now. It's over $7 again. Ah. 190 on Tesla. Where's my cursor? Is that realistic? Well, it's pretty much there. It's 189.30s. It was above 190. It was at 193 pre-market before it sold off. It didn't rally the way that the market has. So I'm quite surprised at that. How did Nvidia get on? Nice. Crypto's bouncing back. It's over 17,000 now for Bitcoin. But crypto's recovering as well now, which is good. Needed that CPI numbers has helped the crypto market. I'll get rid of that. Maybe that'll help with the restream. Ah, there you go. Got your comment there, Imran. Nvidia. Maybe that's working now. I'm looking at Nvidia now, buddy. XRP to the moon, I hope so, but it's not having a great day at the moment. Oh well, it's not having a bad day today, but it's coming off a pretty poor day yesterday, so it's kind of trying to recover. But yeah, earnings. Yeah, there was lots of earnings. There is quite a bit of earnings today, but it's mostly, there's no big names. No real big names that are noteworthy to stay up and stay back for today. No names that are going to move the needle at all. Meta's pulling back. Nvidia pulling back a little bit. Oh, why am I looking at the 15-minute here? So, there's a double bottom here. W shape. What did I call for this morning? Neo, QNR, yeah. US Gas, PHUN, they have earnings this. Unware. Not really. US Energy, no, that's not it. Let's have a look at these. Okay, so this is an IPO date. Snail started trading today, sideways. Not really worth looking at. And we've got Pixie. Have a look. Hey Andros, and greetings to Bolivia. I've always fancied visiting Bolivia. In fact, a lot of South American countries I'd like to. It's probably the one continent I've not really toured that much is South America. I really want to. I've been to Argentina, been to Brazil, and then Central America, but there's a lot more. I really want to do Peru, for sure. And Venezuela, obviously. Maybe I'll give Colombia a miss. But it's such a big continent. I'm getting old. I'm getting too old to be traveling down that way as well. So, Pixie, yeah, it's moving up, but the volume is very low, very light. Shift Pixie as the company. That's the top mover at the moment for the last 15 minutes. 17%. 22% on one chart, but yes and no. There will be some selling, but not a... Oh, nice one, Alistair. I don't think there's going to be a sell-off as such. I think most of the stocks that have moved up, as well as the markets, I think most of them will hold the gains. I think there'll be a retracement, a small retracement. Will be down. There'll be a gap down tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be 4 or 5% on the markets. I mean, Nasdaq's 7. Look at this. This is just a phenomenal day for the Nasdaq. So 7% up on the day. Up at testing 282s on the Qs. 282s on the Qs. Let's put a... Hang on a minute. So this one was up 7% today. If you're investing in the ETF, the triple Qs, so TQQQ, this one's up 21% today. So this is an ETF based on the Nasdaq, which is basically it's 3 times the Nasdaq either way it does. So if you're wanting to invest, this is an ETF that it's a ProShares ETF that I recommend. And it's not financial advice. It's just if you're tracking the market, then you're usually doing well in the long term. But to be able to track the market times 3 is phenomenal returns or in the long term, and that's what this ETF does. So it's T triple Q. So the triple Qs track the Nasdaq, and this is the triple Qs. So it's 3 times the Q. Whichever's moving, Rami. So I like to trade small caps, low float stocks primarily. But depending on where I am with my accounts, I will trade. So today I've traded small caps like Veru and Ebix and SunPower, and I also traded Meta. Now, to be fair, I've lost on Meta, but you know, I prefer the lower float, lower cap stocks. I don't go for the penny stocks though. I'm not the OTC markets are off limits. My sweet spot is between $5 and $35 per share. I would say that's my sweet spot. But I will trade larger ones from time to time when there's enough momentum. Like today, only I got the momentum wrong. I went short thinking that I was going to get a reversal. I saw a reversal sign. And to be fair, I got the reversals. They were right. It did reverse, but then it rallied and carried on going. So that was Meta. So if I go back, let's put this on the 2 minutes. I'll show you a couple of times where I tried to short it. So we got. I tried to short it. So I went long pre-market. I tried to short it, then it went up this way. Then tried to short it again there. I tried to short it there, and it moved up. I was shorting. I was holding a position here for a while. And it moved up. I thought it might break, but no. So I lost in the long, the short and the tall. I lost 6k trying to short Meta today. So 7K. I've lost 7 grand on Meta. I've lost all both long and short. Well, that's not ideal. Yeah, Veru didn't follow through either, so I should have made more money on Veru. I should have been profitable on Veru. If you look at this pre-market, now the move up, I traded that well enough, just not big enough size. I was being a bit overcautious pre-market, so the move up and then into the open was fine, and then it just got choppy there, and it never broke that $7 that I was looking for until it finally did. And we didn't take enough size there on the way up, so we scaled in. By the time we scaled in, we was up at the top, and then it reversed, and the rest is history. So we ended up losing on Veru, and it moved up across from when I got in. It moved up to $2, and I ended up losing money on it. So go figure. So that's what I was saying. I was about 3K down on Facebook or Meta. I was 3K down on Veru. I was up on some 2K up on some power. I hadn't traded Ebix at that, so overall I was about 6 grand down on the day, and I was just feeling a bit despondent. I went out, walked the dog, got some fresh air. It was bloody bitter cold as well. Got some fresh air. I was ready to just pack it in and say, look, I'm not trading Friday. I just wasn't feeling it. I've not been trading well this last, I would say, 8 weeks right now. Since I got back from holiday, I just feel like I've not been trading well at all. Well, enjoy your vino there, Alistair. Well, I'm not so sure about the downside on Veru. I think what will happen now is Veru will get the next thing we'll hear from Veru is you'll get another good catalyst, an FDA approval next time maybe, and then it'll skyrocket. It'll moon up back up towards $15, $20 or something. Yeah, I think so as well. Just this last few weeks, I've just not been. I think I've been rushing my trading. I've not been patient enough. That's probably another thing. So when I've been looking back at do my trade recaps and looking back at the trades, I'm like, when it's gone for me, it's been more out of luck than design. And when it's gone against me, I've been holding on to it too long. And there's a whole reason why November hasn't been the most profitable as yet. I say as yet. We're not even 2 weeks, not 2 full trading weeks in yet. So right now, let me have a quick look at my reports for November. Go to that. I think we're about 6K up. No, actually, before today, we were 9,000 in profit on November. So that's a little bit where I was thinking in my head. So 9,000 gross profit on November. It's way off where we need to be. But 8 trading days in, or 4 and 4, 8 trading days in. So that was after 7 trading days. So that's averaging 1,000 a day, 1,200 a day. And I'm targeting myself on 5,000 a day. So yeah, it's not been going as according to plan this month. So we need to turn that. But we're twice over goal today, so that'll bring up the average. So instead of 9, will be 19, and so that'll bring up the average. So that'll be after 8 trading days. So that'll double the average. Back to the questions. You love country music, Andros. Did you know, and this is a fact, that across the US, counties and states that have a dedicated country music channel have a higher suicide rate? I'm not saying that there's a causation there, but there's definitely a correlation. Correlation and causation aren't the same, but it just so happens statistically, if you live in a state or a county that has a dedicated country and western music channel, then the suicide rates will be higher than a corresponding county or state that doesn't. So go figure. I should push it on a day like today. Get him. I was $6 down. It took me ages to get green, and it was only because I went short on Ebix, and Ebix is plateaued now, so it's finished going short. So I'm just going to leave it now, and the market's closed. So yeah, 10k. I had a 16k swing in my direction. That's not a bad day. Okay, so what's my favorite crypto, if any? Well, I'm holding for final facts. I'm holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Cardano. Those are the four that I'm long term into. There are a few others that I actually don't, I like, but I'm conscious I don't want to be diluting my portfolio and just a bit of everything. I've got four, and I'm concentrating, and I'm holding four. What platform do I use, David? DAS Trader Pro. So DAS, so Delta Alpha Sierra is the acronym. It stands for Direct Access Software. It's a dedicated platform it's designed with day traders in mind. So yeah, DAS Trader Pro. Yes, I did short again, and much to my detriment with Meta. So Meta, I lost 6,500 shorting Meta. I mean, I can't grumble because I made over 20,000 shorting Meta a couple of weeks ago when they dropped their earnings. So swings and roundabouts, easy come, easy go. Every day, Rami, I'm live streaming. I stream my trading live every day. So 90 minutes before the market opens. From 8 a.m. market time, so wherever you're based, it's 8 a.m. market time to the open, and then the first hour of the open. And I come back for power hour whenever I'm feeling it, because where I'm based, it's already 9 p.m. So sometimes I might have had too much wine, like I did a couple of weeks ago. Was it last week when I was trading with a bottle of wine in my belly? And don't do that, kids. It's dangerous. I lost about 14 grand trading whilst under the influence. So that's not recommended. Yeah, so I've already lost quite a lot of money. I'm looking at wins versus losses. Win-loss expectation. $83,000 this month I've squandered. Yeah, but I made that one trade was 18k, Alistair, but I made 4k back on the other trade, if you recall. Or was it Novavax? I think I made 4k on that one or something. I think it was. But yeah, so I lost 18k on one trade, and then another got 4k back. So net it was 14k. Right, so we're still way back off our drawdown. So we made 5k yesterday. So we're 16k down. So we're 6k, just 7,000 off. Still in drawdown after today. So not really going in our direction is November at the moment. We still got quite a long way to go. I remember where I was last month, and it came good in the last week. We almost got to goal. We were 10% off goal last month, and that all happened in the final week. So yeah. So Strawweb, if I decrease my trade size to decrease my risk, there is that to it, and you're absolutely right. You should never. The rule of thumb is that you shouldn't be risking more than 3% of your equity position at any one time. You should be trading, and when you're trading, it should be boring. And I was talking about this earlier. That I think it was Matty or Mac. Oh, it was Mac that said it. So Mac said that his heart's racing when he's in a trade, and the answer to that is if your heart's racing, if you've got adrenaline pumping and your heart's racing while you're in a trade, it's because you're trading too large. And to be fair, I trade too large all the time. I'm an aggressive trader. That's just my style, and I put a lot more at risk than I should do. I know that, but the gains for me outweigh the risks. Well, I've already made. Let's have a quick look at where we are on the year right now. Where's my thing? That's the wrong one. Okay, that's the right one. Okay, so yeah, so this is TraderView. Okay, so if you're wondering what I'm looking at now, these are my statistics from TraderView for November. I'll just get rid of this for a second. By trading aggressively this year, I've done over $1 million, $1,032,000, $1,042,000 after today, in gross profits, in gains across the day. So it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, I risk more than 3% of my equity. Yes, I often hold positions too long for them to reverse. Yeah, I'm an aggressive trader, and that's one of the reasons I withdraw funds every month. And I've not done it in November, but I withdraw funds at the end of each month and start with a $30,000 account at the next month. The reason I do that is to prevent me from being overly aggressive and blowing up my account and losing big. Okay, so Rami, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, ShareVision, across the board. I do the open. Okay, I'm going to be doing some longer streams, so on YouTube only. So YouTube members in probably later this month, I'm going to be starting to do longer streams, probably doing an extra hour or two in the morning, and do it that way. But yeah, so right now, I mean, I can't complain because $5,000, even after yesterday, $5,000 average across the year, that's where I am, and we're on track to get that 1.2. Yes, in terms of gross, but we're behind on the net, so that's I'm a little bit worried about that. So go back to November, and the actual results for November are very poor across the board. I mean, the accuracy is probably the right. It's actually right, but the risk rewards all to cock. I mean, just so wrong. It's just so wrong at the moment. But yeah, so November we're 19k after today, 19,000. Call it 20,000 because we've got so it's 19,000. So we're 19,000. So we've got still. Let's have a look. After today, we've got another 5. No, 7.5 trading days left. No, it's not. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 12 and a half. 12 and a half trading days left. Okay. Yeah, I made good money with Indo earlier in the year. I wouldn't say brave, Starweb. I mean, the whole point of reducing size is at the beginning of each month is that to prevent me going in large and having a big. Although saying that, I had a big loss a couple of months ago. It was like $67,000 in one trade, which was stupid of me. But you know, going in big size with a volatile stock, it sometimes, if it goes your way, you never look back. But if it doesn't go your way, you're smarting for months. Yeah, absolutely, Pat. Absolutely. So if you've got a $10,000 account, 3% on per trade is 300 quid. That's the maximum loss that you should have, in theory. Well, it depends on the size that you're taking. If you're looking to get $600 on a 10K account, then you might be asking a bit too much per trade. That is not across the course of the day. Yeah, with the large caps, you need a larger account to trade the mid and large cap stocks, just because. Well, absolutely, James. Trading should be boring. It really should. Trading should be absolutely. It should be pedestrian. You should be making. Think about it. If you make $500 a day, so you're talking about a 10K account making risking 300 quid. So if you're 2-to-1 risk reward, that means you're looking to make $600. If you make $500 a day, that's a six-figure income. But most people don't earn that. So if you've got a 10K account, yes, I wouldn't. Max risk should be $300. Do I do that? The hell no. I'll have I've had a. Well, what's the lowest account I've had while I've been streaming? I think two and a half thousand if I count the small account challenge, and I think the biggest loss I would have had would have been about $700 on that one as well. So anyway, I'll be back at it tomorrow, guys. Don't forget to check out the link tree. If you're on YouTube, check out the links in the description. It's the course that I'm teaching. I'm going to actually be updating this coming weekend. I'm going to be re-recording some of those lessons, updating it a little bit. So I'll be doing it one at a time. So over the course of the next couple of weeks, that course will be revamped and there'll be more up to date, examples in the trades that have got used. If you want to find stocks that are moving when they're moving, check out Benzinga. It really is a lifesaver or life giver for me. I wouldn't be nowhere near as successful as I am without Benzinga. Check it out, free for 14 days. TraderView is what I use for journal. If you're not journaling your trades, go check out TraderView. This is TraderView. All the statistics I look at, and I've been using TraderView for a couple of years now. Someone said how long I've been trading. I've been trading a few years now. So yeah. But Mr. 3-inch, do you have to pay tax on profits? Yes, you do. So if you're worried about that, then all you need to do is employ a good accountant. I advise a good CPA will be able to minimize it. There are different ways to go about that. Whether you trade in your own name, then you're subject to capital gains. Whether you trade in a company name, then you're subject to corporation tax. And if you pay yourself a wage out of that company, then you're subject to corporation tax. Plus, any income you take gets income tax. So again, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be taking a dividend. So a whole different ways. So a good CPA can minimize minimize the tax you have to pay. You can trade in a retirement account depending on how close you are to retirement. Now, I'm not too far off retirement, so I've got another 6 or 7 years, and I can actually retire early. So I can trade in my retirement account, and it will be tax free when I decide to retire. So I don't get paid. I don't get taxed on any gains I make if I'm trading in a retirement account. But that's slightly different. I've got my long-term holdings in my retirement account, and I'm day trading and taking the profits from my day trading. I'm putting them in my long-term holdings, and I'm getting tax credits based on what I'm depositing into my into my retirement, into my pension, effectively. So I get tax credits for putting money into my pension, even though it's self-managed pension. I get tax credits for putting my gains into that. So there's all different ways of minimizing your tax liabilities, or it's not it's tax avoidance, not tax whatever it is, or tax minimization, as opposed to, you know, anyway, whatever. Jimmy Carr had a good take on it. But look, I'm going to finish the stream. I'll be back at it tomorrow, 8 a.m. market time, so that's 1 p.m. here in Ireland and the UK. It's 2 p.m. on the continent of Europe. I'll be doing it all over again tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be a bit more patient, and we'll scale in tomorrow. And I'm getting a bit really fatigued and tired of having to dig myself out of a hole, creating a hole to start off with, and having to trade my way out of it. And quite frankly, that is exhausting. It really is. So no, it's not tax evasion, it's tax avoidance, Jack. Tax evasion is illegal, tax avoidance is not. And that's the difference. And that was the whole thing with Jimmy Carr. He was involved, and funnily enough, Ronan Keating, who was Gary Barlow, that was it. Gary Barlow was involved in some, and you too for that matter, all involved in various tax avoidance schemes, which are perfectly legal, just frowned upon because they're exploiting loopholes in the system, which, let's face it, we should be doing. We all will do it. I know I do. So tax evasion is illegal, tax avoidance is not. That's the difference. Okay, guys, I'm done for the day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, and we do it all again then. Enjoy the rest of your evening.